Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real News Media. I am your host, Ray Pasley, and today I will be taking you through this channel's hot topics. Coming up first, we have an inside scoop from this channel's author and creator.
Yeah, well, it was complicated to say the least.
A local business thriving and a mysterious man appearing on your television screens. All that coming up and more on the Nightly News. First up, an exclusive interview with this channel's author and creator, Aidan Bailey.
Hey Ray, thanks for having me. It's really an honor to be on this show.
Well, the pleasure is all mine, Mr. Bailey. Now, from what I understand, the reports we are receiving, you have been very busy these past few weeks, correct?
Yeah, so it was close to about a week and a half ago at this point, but I essentially just took 2 weeks out and just filmed the next installment of my Spy Wars series. It was a lot of filming in a short, condensed amount of time. I don't live where I used to live, so I had to go back there, which, I mean, due to work and a bunch of other things, I was limited to 2 weeks to be able to film and fit everything in. So it was a whole crap ton of filming in a very short amount of time, but I'm thankful for the people I got to work with, and they really helped pull it together and, make it a success. At least the filming portion of it. Still haven't gotten to the editing yet, but yeah, so that's for sure. But that's what I've been up to.
So according to what my reporters have been telling me, this hasn't been the smoothest production. Do you care to enlighten us on exactly what has been happening?
The two biggest things that threw the biggest wrenches into the works of it all, really, was I had an actor quit on me mid-production, which made that extremely difficult to work with. That sucked. And then the next thing that happened is I lost a location that I'd already reserved. It was a location we were going to film at for like 3 days there, and they just were like, yep, sorry, can't film here, like the day before, and so we lost the location. So, and due to my time constraints, it just made it a mad scramble, and these two things were right on top of each other, which just compounded the issue, and it was just, like I said, it was one of the most stressful 2 weeks I've ever had, ever. But, yeah.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. It sounds like it was a very complicated ride, but it also does beg the new question of, was the film completed?
In the end, yes, it was completed in the very end. I had to alter the script a bit and, make changes and cuts to specific things to make it all end up fitting together in the end. But yeah, I'm really happy with the cast members I did get to work with because they really did help. And if you guys are watching this, really thank you for all that you guys did because it really did bring this production together. Obviously, there's still a long way before anyone will see this film. But, people really stepped up and really helped me. And in particular, I'm going to shout out Alex Naylor, who plays Lucinda in my film. She reprised her role in this next film. And she ended up pulling us a location that we could use at the very last second, and it really helped us to be able to actually finish the film. And without that, to be honest, I don't know what we would have done.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it all went well in the end, and I think I speak with a lot of our audience as well when I say that we are very excited and interested in seeing the next installment of your latest film.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, now that the filming process is over, now comes the next biggest and longest part, which is probably the editing and, the effects and everything that I got to do in post-production that makes that, it's fun, but it also takes a lot of time. So as far as my channel goes, just for those of you wondering, the drill by now. When bigger projects are in production, videos will be slower as to posting, just because my attention will be more focused on getting this bigger production finished than it is on each individual video.
Well, that is great to hear, Mr. Bailey, and I certainly wish you the best of luck.
All right, well, thanks for having me, Ray. It was great to be here. Hope to be on again sometime soon.
It's always a pleasure. This just in, a red alert that has come to our attention. A local man suffers from a heart attack. Witnesses say the man was uttering something about a schedule and it not being followed. Upon being admitted into the hospital, the patient had no identification on his person and therefore is still known as a John Doe. If you recognize or are a relative to this man, please contact the local authorities or the hospital so we may get this issue resolved. A local businessman and young entrepreneur, Jeff Mann, or as you may know him, the creator of the G-Pill. The pill recently released to the open market a couple days ago and thus far has received rapid success and high popularity within the younger generations. Our reporters were able to catch up with Jeff Mann soon after the release of the pill, and he had this to say on the subject.
Hey, look, I'm just a man of the people, and I'm just happy that people enjoy the product. I mean, it is simply just revolutionary to the average gamer.
The sales seem to be increasing by the millions of bottles sold, and Jeff Mann is now looking to take his product worldwide. In other news, perhaps you have been an eyewitness yourself to the odd anomaly that is happening across everyone's screens. A man dressed in all black has been appearing uninvited and unwanted. The local authorities say it is nothing but a hacker trying to gain attention and should just be ignored, while others believe it to be something much, much more sinister. Bill Turner, one of the very first eyewitnesses of this event, believes it to be something
Your screams belong to me now. I'm not ready to reveal myself just yet, but don't you worry. I will be there always.
And that will do it for the nightly news. Thank you for joining me, and have a good night.